Muy buenas a todos, jóvenes, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos a Juegos Perdidos y bienvenidos nuevamente a Syberia The World Before. Para mí es un placer poder contar con vuestra compañía, gracias por el apoyo al canal y también a esta serie. Y por supuesto, si te gusta el contenido, dale un pequeño like y suscríbete si lo estás viendo desde YouTube, resubido. Y si estás por aquí en Twitch, pues nada, pues muchas gracias por acompañarme. Vamos a dar a continuar, chicos, no perdemos tiempo. Recordad que estamos ya en el refugio. Mira, aquí aparte nos hace como una especie de resumen, ¿verdad? Verano del 37. Dana tiene un trabajo de verano en el refugio de Syberia. Se le presenta una noche muy movida, ya que esperan la llegada de un pequeño grupo liderado por un fancista de la sombra marrón. Recordad que Kate llegó hasta el refugio y entonces apareció una mujer en silla de ruedas que parece ser que coincidió con Dana. Así que son de la misma edad. Así que nada, vamos a ver lo que sucedió con Dana. Vale, échale un vistazo a la lámina que hay en la mesa. Atiende a la clientela, prepara el pedido de los científicos, toma los pedidos de la terraza, ajusta el hogar. Uf, mucha faena, ¿eh? Mucha faena, ¿eh? Vale.
What a strange mechanism. It reminds me of the automatons on the musical square.
Pues sí. Inspeccionar, pero yo pienso que inspeccionar, pero será para... Ah, vale, inspeccionar aquí. Genial. Supongo. Inspeccionar. Vale. Claro, hay que hacerlo bien. Un Spire más Beer y dos Never. Un Spire. Spitze. Perdón. Spitze. Yo pienso que es esto. Spitze, vale. Observar.
So this is the Spitze.
Vale, uno. Se viene en una pinta. Vale. Es un Spitze. Vale, Spitze más dos Never. Vamos a hacer los dos Never, que va a ser más...
Here's the Nebel.
Perdón. Vamos a hacer los dos Never primero. Como me diga ahora cuál es cuál.
The keg's empty. I need to change it.
Anda, qué casualidad. Vale. Madre mía, esto has hecho una crack, ¿eh?
Birna, huh? That should be it. Let's serve these gentlemen now.
Vale, muy bien. Vamos a servirles. Vale, mira, ese queso tiene una pinta. Muy buena, Satón.
Off you go, my girl. You'll be fine.
Vale, hay que darles, recordar que nos decía él, hay que darles conversación porque una de las cosas que les gusta a los clientes es hablar de sí mismos, pero luego después hay que tener una palabra clave para decir, oye, que hay que cortar. Cuando ya se empiezan a enrollar un poco.
No, we'll have to go higher, I'm telling you.
But my point is that it's highly improbable that any primate will be able to survive so high up, let alone thrive.
And if they were thriving, we wouldn't be looking for them, would we? I say they've taken to the higher ground, and they only come down to steal livestock and game. Look out, chaps.
Gentlemen, your drinks?
Ah, good on you, lassie. Horst, make yourself useful and pass these around. First day, is it? Better make a wish then.
All right, I will. I wish you would tell me what all those maps are for.
Ah, that I can grant you. They show all the different locations of an expedition we're planning.
Se han quedado todos mirándome. Los científicos. A ver si me he equivocado. ¿Equipar? ¿Los científicos? Bueno.
I see you haven't come just for the view then.
Oh no, Fraulein. We're only here for the beer and a pretty smile. That's our trainer out there. Supposed to knock this scraggly lot into shape for the big climb in Baltayar.
Va mal, ¿no? Va un poquito mal, ¿no? No va fluido, no. No va fluido hoy. Vale, perdonad.
And what about you, gentlemen?
Well, let me introduce you to my dream team. Horst Sauer, talented anthropologist and frequent but worthy pain in the ass to your mother. Rudolf Jäger, distinguished ethnologist. And last but not least, Albert Bauer,
Paleontologist.
And yourself?
Reinhard Berger, biologist.
As Herr Berger says, we're here to train for the Origin expedition.
In return for funding for our own projects back home.
And for the love of science, eh, Horst?
Oh yes, of course, Herr Berger. I'm sure none of us would be here otherwise, would we?
And what about you, my lovely?
Oh, I'm Dana. I'm working here during the holidays, that's all.
Vámonos, niña, vámonos, que ya estás aquí ya. Ya no hay nada más que... Ah, vale, el mapa.
And what's that one of, if you don't mind me asking?
That is Baltayar, a remote region in the mountains of northern China. That's where I'll be leading my team in a couple of weeks.
And what's this expedition for?
Well, keep it to yourself, but the code name is Origin. And if I have my way, it will likely change the way we perceive humanity.
I'm curious to know what this Origin expedition is all about, though. If it's not top secret, that is.
Put it this way, Fraulein Dana. If, when, we discover what we're looking for, you will no doubt remember this conversation as your claim to fame. You will tell your grandchildren that you served the Origin team. The team that discovered none other than the missing link of the superior race of humans, the Australopithecus habilis, the direct ancestor of Homo sapiens. Or, more vulgarly put, the abominable snowman.
Oh, I see. Now I get why it's called Origin.
Whatever we find, whatever we call it, it's likely to send shockwaves all through the world of anthropology. It will help us to explain how we evolved from Australopithecus to modern man, and then became...
He's off again. Get him started on anthropology and he's like a bolted horse. I don't think Fraulein Dana wants you to clobber her with your explanations, Horst.
Mira. No te me quedes... Es que se me quedan mirando como tontos. Al contrario.
I might only be a waitress, but actually I find it quite interesting.
Super.
Well, Fräulein,
Muy bien.
the Origin expedition could lead us to a totally new series of studies, or even reveal a new mode of tribal organization, or a micro-society, by the discovery of a specimen that may well have played a major role in the evolution of modern man.
Come, gentlemen, here's to the Brown Shadow for generously sponsoring this expedition, which is sure to redefine our understanding of mankind.
Oh, I see we're fraternizing with the personnel, gentlemen.
Just giving a toast to our generous sponsor, Herr Hertz.
May I remind you that this mission, financed by my party, is confidential? Do you know what that means, Dr. Berger?
Yes, Herr Hertz.
It means, gentlemen, it is strictly forbidden to communicate any details or objectives to anyone outside our circle, let alone to the first waitress to come by twinkling her eyelashes. Fraulein, as soon as you're done here, I suggest you get back to your chores.
Vaya.
Brute.
Pues eso de que agresivo lo ha dicho delante
That
del
is
otro.
one of the inconveniences of working with a heavily politicized private sponsor. But he's just doing his job. And I suppose, like anything else in life, there has to be some compromise to get what one desires. So, think nothing of it, Fraulein. It is the way of science. Indeed, it is the way of the world.
Dejar el tema. Dejar el tema. La sombra marrón es peligrosa. No sé si me voy a meter donde no me llaman si digo esto, pero... Bueno, quiero saber qué pasa si lo digo.
The way of the world, Herr Berger? I'm sorry, but in case you do not know, let me tell you what members of the Brown Shadow do to Vagarans like me. They smash windows. They assault innocent people for no reason at all. They are fascists and criminals, Herr Berger. With all due respect, don't you feel ashamed to be associated with such tyrants?
I would be careful when expressing such extreme accusations, Fraulein. There are always overzealous members of any party, always have been. And even so, we are not politicians. We do not claim to save
Madre
humanity.
mía.
Our job is to explain how it came about. Why, if the scientific community had to halt progress at every political crossroads, then humanity would never have advanced any further than Homo erectus.
Dana! Dana! Chop chop! This isn't a French parlor, my girl.
Yes, Herr Gustav. I'd better go. Thank you, gentlemen.
Ya, hemos hablado demasiado. Hemos hablado demasiado. Me tiene que haber callado. Mirar, ir, inspeccionar. Esto tiene que ser la chimenea, ¿no? Mover la cámara. Inspeccionar, mirar.
Looks all good to me. This mechanism controls the air intake, if I remember correctly.
Vale, y está en verde, así que entonces habrá que... Si llegamos a un punto en el que no está en verde, habrá que hacer lo que se ponga en verde.
Herr Gustav didn't have time to fix it.
Para repararlo. Bueno, lo que está diciendo evidentemente los científicos es, mira, a nosotros nos da igual, mientras hagamos lo que... Me da igual quién me pague. No me meto en política, lo que hagan o dejen de hacer los partidos políticos me da igual, y a mí lo que me importa es conseguir lo que quiero. Por lo cual da la sensación como que el fin justifica los medios, nunca mejor dicho. Por desgracia. Vale, habrá que poner algún...
It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more.
Hay que avivar más el fuego.
It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more. Looks all good to me. Better try another one.
Me pone un 4, ¿eh? O sea que esto da la sensación que va a ser una especie de inspeccionar.
No. Impossible. That one is loose. Looks all good to me. That should fit pretty much anywhere on the stove. Wow, I've never seen a stove like this. It must be one of Herr Gustav's inventions that everyone talks about down in Wagen.
Muy buenas, Quellun. Bueno, en Discord lo he puesto y os he avisado a todos. Así que a no ser que tengáis desactivado el aviso común, debería llegaros. A ver. Creo que... Eso, estoy buscando... No hay manera de... No me deja cerrar. Vale, aquí parece ser que había que usar esto.
The airflow seems right now, but I think the fire is too weak.
A lo mejor si cierro la puerta. Si cierras la puerta,
It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more.
si echas ahí una bota,
Impossible.
yo creo que necesito más leña. O sea, no es tan complicado.
Looks all good to me. Better try another one.
Yo creo que necesito más leña. ¿Verdad? Sí, necesito más leña, es evidente. Y cerrar la puerta porque si no se escapa el gato. Vale, pues yo qué sé. Luego después... He recogido los vasos ya vacíos, así que entonces debería de ir a este hombre y hablar con él.
Right, my lovely. Pop out, take the orders on the terrace, and then we can take a breather.
Y no puedo dejar... Ah, esto es un piano, creo.
So glad Herr Gustav likes me to play for the clients. This way at least I won't get rusty.
Sí, sí, sí. Eso está guay.
There, like that. Try not to move now, darling.
Vente para acá, niña. Vamos a hacer lo de la chimenea y luego ya hablas con la peña. Si hoy no sé por qué, pero va un poquito justete el juego, ¿eh? Y eso que... Siempre hago lo mismo. El juego va un poquito... No, de todas formas, bueno, aquí tampoco me está saliendo como que tenga mucho... Vaya, muy mal.
Perfectly dry.
Vale, ¿y cómo puedo utilizarlo? Eso es. Ahora sí.
That's it. I'm done here.
Toma los pedidos de la terraza. Atiende a la clientela. Échale un vistazo a la lámina que hay en la mesa. Vale, que se me escapa. Inspeccionar.
Those paintings. I think Herr Gustav wanted me to help him choose the one he should buy. He must have left me a note somewhere.
Vale, vamos a ver, Dana. Tengo que pedirte un favor. El joven León, el alpinista, está intentando engatusarme con uno de sus cuadros. Los hace en su tiempo libre. Reconozco que no son obras de arte, pero están bien pintados. Al menos se distingue lo que muestran. Y me encantaría colgar uno en mi pared. Además, León es un tipo decente y atrae a la clientela. Perdón. El caso es que pensé que como tu padre los vende y yo no entiendo del tema, a lo mejor tú podrías ayudarme. Gracias de antebrazo, Gustav.
I should take a closer look at those paintings before choosing one.
Este es muy bonito, ¿eh? El de la cascada. Uf, la verdad es que están los dos chulísimos. El de la cascada es una postal relativamente típica, pero encontrarte esto, estas nubes así... Este me gusta mucho. Este me gusta mucho. Es más espectacular, ¿sabes?
I think
¿Qué va a
I'll
ser que no?
pick this one.
Dilema pictórico. Es más espectacular el de la derecha y el de la izquierda. Madre mía. En vez de darle a mirar, le he dado a elegir. Vale, muy bien. Muy bien, Cortés, muy bien. Gran persona. Mejor ser humano. Ah, ¿puedo subir?
There's no one to serve upstairs. And besides, there's still much to do down here. I don't want to let Herr Gustav down.
A bit more to the side, darling, please.
¿Y esta no me cuenta nada? Sí.
Lenny, sweetheart,
Crikey, you nearly made me jump out of my skin.
Venga, hombre.
what have you got there?
Oh, it's a camera lens, that's all.
A camera lens.
Yeah? Borrowed it from Frau Junta?
Who is this Frau Junta anyway?
Ginger Junta, over there.
She married?
Oh no, too old to marry now. She's way past 20, you know. That's why she likes filming Leon, because he's young and handsome.
20 y muchos. Es vieja,
Lenny.
dice.
And she never lets me have a go of her gear anyway. I only wanted to help her film something. I bet she's jealous.
Esta es la muchacha, que es la vieja con la que hemos... Bueno, la persona mayor con la que estamos hablando que va en silla de ruedas. A ver.
Lenny, what's so special about Frau Junta's equipment that makes you want to steal it?
Borrow it.
Cógelo
All
prestado.
right, borrow it.
Can't you see? Who would be interested in Ginger Junta if she didn't have a camera, huh? She's too old for Leon. She uses it so she can be the center of attention, you know.
Is that what you want?
No, not exactly. Besides, there's nothing to do here.
I do understand, Lenny, but
No, you don't. Feels like a prison here sometimes, all on my own. When I grow up, I'll live at the top of a building in the big city, and I'll have a swimming pool on my roof.
believe me, I do understand, Lenny. Because of my coughing fits, I've sometimes had to stay in my room for weeks on end. Imagine that, nothing to see but the same four walls.
Oh, right. Must have been pretty tough, I guess.
Pues sí.
That's why I took up the piano. Do you like doing anything special, Lenny?
I suppose I like making stuff with Papa. He's got ever such clever hands, you know. But he's always so busy in the summer.
Let's be friends then, shall we?
You won't tell on me then?
Not now that we're friends.
You promise?
I promise.
Se
Come
siente
on,
solita.
Leon. Show me your energy, your youth. Oh dear, you look more like my old Aunt Helga.
Está diciendo, vale. A ver.
Another creation of Herr Gustav. I guess he won't mind if I take a quick look.
Puntilla sacra.
Madonna laces. The Silberspiegel, the heart-shaped rock face that gave its name to the refuge. According to Herr Gustav, only the most seasoned alpinists can climb it.
Pues lo de la forma del corazón hay que echarle imaginación, porque yo no la veo. De verdad. Pico del Diablo.
The highest peak in the region. Little Lenny said that it's the keeper of the border with Switzerland, and that it's supposed to feed on the souls of those who have been swept away by the mountain. This path leads to Switzerland. One needs to be guided by an alpinist to go through it, though. The Devil Pass starts here. The end of the road for an inexperienced hiker like me, I guess.
Puertas del Averno. Muy propio. Vale. Pues muy chulo esto. Madre mía, está chulísimo esto, ¿eh? No sé, me parece muy... muy curioso, pero está muy chulo. Muy chulo, ¿verdad? Pues ya está. Hemos visto lo que tenemos que ver aquí.
No, we can do better.
Muy guaperas.
Better not interrupt them. That Frau Junta wasn't exactly friendly earlier with Lenny.
Claro, ya tiene unos 18 años, la otra dice que tiene
I've
20 y
done all
muchos.
that Herr Gustav told me to do. I'd better go and tell him.
Sí, están ahí un poco ocupados.
I'd better not disturb them. I don't want to risk another scolding.
That's it. Hold it.
Me choco.
All right.
Fine. No more orders and everyone's served.
That's the go. Now listen, Dana. I know, you know, the Brown Shadow is dangerous, right? So for heaven's sake, keep your feelings to yourself. And refrain from answering Herr Berger back like you did, eh? The brown shadow is not something you can just chit-chat about.
But
Look, it's not safe. And it will only come back and bite you. Mark my words, Dana. Especially in today's climate.
I only...
Dana, I know. Just be careful. No one wants problems with fascists. You get my drift? And may I remind you that I warned you earlier when you asked me for advice.
Vaya.
So I'll tell you one last time. Don't get drawn in. Do you hear me, Dana? So, young lady, you're still off to the academy in the fall, are you not? What you waiting for, then? Get back to your practicing and play us a nice tune while you're at it.
All right then, I will. Thank you, Herr Gustav.
Play something melodious this time. It'll make a nice change from the military pieces some of the patrons have been requesting of late.
Well, Herr Gustav did a pretty good job repairing that key I broke yesterday.
Leon, what are you doing? I want to catch the light.
Buah, qué maravilla. Eso tiene que ser Chopin, seguro. Eso tiene pinta de Chopin. Buah, precioso. Para aplaudirla por lo menos, ¿no? Digo yo. Oh. Perdón.
I'm so sorry. I got carried away.
Bravo!
Madre mía, madre mía.
Bravo! Bravo!
Qué poca sangre tiene esta gente.
Bravo. Bravo.
Clap?
Mía.
How can you clap? Oh, so you like the noise, do you? Do you? Well, you should be ashamed! Ashamed, I say! To applaud the music of a treacherous Polish separatist! Rebel-rousing! It's this kind of rebel-rousing that puts the poison of Marxist Bulgarian ideology in the minds of honest people! And those who partake in its vulgarization are accessory to treason!
You are drunk, Herr Hoss.
Out of my way, boy.
Ostras, eso dolió. Eso dolió.
Come, Fraulein. Best clear off until the dust settles.
Vente, vente. Where?
You should have seen me then, Fraulein Walker. I was so young and eager to witness whatever could happen between Dana and Leon. I needed to know, to be included, one way or another.
Vale, ahora somos la muchacha joven.
What a fiasco.
Go up to your room, Lenny.
Vete a tu cuarto, Lenny. Pobrecilla, como si hubiera hecho algo.
Not now, Lenny.
Se ve que es jovencita, jovencita.
Shouldn't you be in bed?
¿En serio?
Lenny, don't. Give them some space, would you?
O sea que no puedo salir por aquí. Sí,
Lenny, don't. Give them some space, would you?
no puedo salir. Tiene que haber alguna forma de salir. Encuentra la forma de espiar a León. Intenta tocar el piano. Claro, si no sabes tocar el piano, es
He
imposible.
had it coming.
Le dio un buen golpe. A ver. ¡Ostras! Si sabes tocar... A ver. Me deja tocar estas. Ah, pero... La sostenido.
Oh, Lenny. Why don't you leave the piano to those who actually know how to play it, huh?
Bueno, pues si solamente me dejas tocar tres notas, con eso poco puedo hacer. Yo creo que si subo desde arriba a lo mejor puedo enterarme. Se ve que no, y no quiere mirar. Mira. Ahora. Wagen, 15 de febrero del 36. El atleta local León Kovatis consiguió sorprendentemente el oro en el eslabón masculino de los Juegos Olímpicos de Invierno en Garmisch-Partenkirchen el pasado sábado, tras el estrepitoso fracaso de dos de los favoritos. El noruego Ivan Ballangrud se hizo con la plata, 0,34 segundos por detrás. El alemán Rudi Kranz se alzó con el bronce después de que se derrumbaran su compatriota Fram Nurth y más tarde el noruego Bertil Persson. Kovatis, de 21 años, se convirtió así en el primer esquiador de Wagen en ganar una medalla olímpica, superando el récord nacional establecido por Hans Gardman en 1932 en Lake Placid. Esto lo significa todo para mí. Llevo toda la vida entrenando para este momento, dijo el desconocido guía de montaña de Wagen. Consiguió una medalla de bronce en Lake Placid en el 32, pero siempre he soñado con la del oro. Ahora ese sueño se ha hecho realidad y estoy en una nube. Kovatis sigue los pasos de Max Schaffer, ya que es la segunda persona de su país en conseguir un oro en slalom masculino de las Olimpiadas. Muy guay. A ver qué tienes por aquí. Inspeccionar.
I'm so glad I started this collection of photos. When I grow up, I'll travel all around the world and photograph everywhere I go. When I'm old, the wall will be covered with them.
Pobrecilla.
Honestly, Junta is not that good. I'm sure I could do better if only I could practice a bit.
Vale. No hay mucho más que ver aquí.
You all right? Yeah, I thought so.
It's just that if I had retaliated, I would have lost my job, you know? Believe me, I came this close to not being able to pay for my studies at the academy after the holidays.
Forget it. He was blind drunk. Won't even remember it come tomorrow. All Gustav could see it wasn't your fault. Besides, you didn't see him after your performance. Ecstatic he was.
There are more and more people like that brute. They don't even bother to hide their hatred anymore. It's like they've been given a mission, or perhaps I should say permission, to abuse people like me, as if Vagarans had suddenly become the scourge of society. And we're powerless to act because if we did, we'd lose our home. My parents, they've become a bundle of nerves. They can't sleep at night. Only last week, our shop window got smashed again, and our neighbors, they couldn't care less, and neither could the authorities.
Baja el volumen, niña. Te va a escuchar. Baja el volumen. Te he asustado.
What's wrong? Did my rant frighten you?
Well, yes. Yes, it did. I mean, not you, Fraulein. But what you said about the fascists. You've put my own suspicions into words, Fraulein. Because what you say about the Brown Shadow is true, and that's what worries me. I used to think they were just a bunch of cranks in their ridiculous uniforms. But now I can see these lunatics really are serious. Deadly serious.
But you did know who was behind the Origin expedition.
Never gave it much thought, to be honest. Only met Huss and the scientists today. For me, they were no different from any other group I've trained. If I'd have known that, I'd have had second thoughts. Actually, do you know what?
What?
I'm going to stop training them.
Can you do that?
It's still a free country, right?
Mal
So
asunto.
after a few weeks' notice, I'll be off the hook. At least, I get to spend the summer here with you. Painting.
But I don't paint.
Yo no pinto.
No, you play. I paint. It's my passion. and you can be my muse.
Is that what you say to all the girls?
No, never.
Hello, you two lovebirds. Everyone's
Aye.
going to bed, so you better come back inside or you'll catch cold, or worse.
Vaya a cortar rollos.
And
No-
that's how Dana pipped everyone at the post. It only took one look for Leon to fall head over heels in love with her. And it didn't take much for Dana to fall for him. Love at first sight, you might say.
Volvemos otra vez con Kate. Pues no he visto nada acerca del Colossal Cave Adventure. Luego después, si lo puedes poner en el Discord, Atongal, te lo
The whole
agradecería
band
para echarle un
stayed at the
vistazo.
chalet all summer long. Then, I suppose, everyone went their own sweet way.
Did you ever see any of them again?
Oh, no.
What about Dana and Leon?
They too went their own ways, I guess. And that, Fräulein Walker, is all there is to it.
¿Se dejó algo Dan aquí? Esa es una buena pregunta.
Do you know if she's still alive?
Can't be sure, but I doubt it. It was a lifetime ago, Fräulein Walker.
Where do you think she might be if she were?
No idea. Things went from bad to worse after that summer. Not to mention half the town was razed during the war.
Did Dana leave anything here? Any documents or anything that might help me find where she went?
Not that I know of. But I suppose there might be in Father's old coffer. Must still be in the loft. Junta bought it from him that summer, so she could use it to store her precious filming gear. She was supposed to come back for it, but she never did. If there is anything that can help you, it will be in there. So feel free to look around the refuge by yourself if you like, even though I don't think anyone managed to open the coffer since Junta left.
Thank you, Demoiselle Lenny. Thank you so much.
Pues chicos, me parece un buen momento para dejarlo. Sé que no llega la hora, pero es que me he quedado y voy un poco justo de tiempo. Pero bueno, por lo menos tengo aquí un... Hemos hecho directo, hemos grabado y tenemos material para subir y resubir, mejor dicho, a YouTube. Nada, mañana seguiremos con este Syberia, chicos. Ha sido un placer, espero que os haya gustado. Como siempre, cualquier cosita la podéis comentar. Y para todo lo demás os emplazo al canal Juegos Perdidos. Cuidaros mucho y hasta más ver.